So my long-term involvement in SOCS is very meaningful. SOCS was the very first organization to give me financial support to do research on keloids. And I found the organization to be very supportive, very loving, and over the years to see SOCS grow into the strong organization that it is now, it's been wonderful to be affiliated with it, to have been a small part of it, to be able to contribute to it, and to continue to see it push for increased mentorship, increased research, increased patient education, and really trying to advance skin of color dermatology being part of the larger dermatologic landscape. It's been wonderful. So during my presidency, I think there were two things that were very meaningful to me. One was that we had our strategic plan. It was the first strategic plan for the Skin of Color Society, and it enabled us to sort of redefine, reassess who we were, and I think even more importantly, what we wanted to be as an organization. We still found that mentorship, research, and education were important, but we realized that we really weren't making as much of a push towards advocacy, and that was really important to us. And so we sort of added that as a fourth pillar to the organization. The other thing that happened during my year as president of the Skin of Color Society was we had our kind of institutional research fellowship. And essentially what happened was previously we would award individuals money to do research, $20,000 or $100,000. But this was the first time that SOCS was able to partner with various academic institutions and provide funding for a one-year fellowship so that medical students interested in dermatology, oftentimes those who are underrepresented in medicine, don't have the financial means to take a year off from school and work for free to do research, to get publications, to go to meetings and get visibility. And so by having this sort of paid fellowship platform, partnering with various institutions, it enabled individuals to have that chance to take that year off, do research, learn more about dermatology, become more visible within the discipline. And so I think to be able to have that accomplished, as well as the strategic plan I talked about, were both very meaningful aspects to that year as president. In the future, I would love to see the Skin of Color Society continue to stay on its course of research, education, mentorship, and advocacy. I think on the research aspect, I'd love to see the Skin of Color Society fund more research on diseases that disproportionately affect skin of color individuals, but also have different manifestations on skin of color individuals, but affects everyone equally. I think the mentorship, and especially being able to help increase the number of dermatologists that are underrepresented in medicine would be huge. The education of patients and of physicians about diseases and how they manifest on different shades of skin, as well as diseases that tend to affect particular communities, was going to be wonderful. And then the advocacy, which is, like I said, a newer aspect to the Skin of Color Society, where more access, better reimbursements, new classification codes so that we can do retrospective chart reviews and identify things that are more focused and more fine-tuned. And I think as we become, even on this global scale, becomes smaller, that the Skin of Color Society continues to be the leading organization when it comes to skin of color dermatology. What I would like to say to future dermatologists is to join the Skin of Color Society. I don't think you have to have skin of color to recognize the importance of skin of color. I take care of patients of all skin shades. But I think it's also important to understand that we will need future leaders to grow the society even more and take it to heights that I can't even imagine. And 20 years from now, I get to sit in the room and smile and be amazed at where you've taken the society.